This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So yesterday we discussed about site admin console, and we have used this console to create a page. And once the page is created, we found the page in CRXD. Right. So there is one equivalent console available. Okay. So which has the same functionality of site admin, and the URL is, just a minute, yeah, localhost. So you can, so the console that I opened here is your start.html. So this is the master navigation console. Okay. So from this console, you can navigate to all other consoles. Okay. So I'm just opening sites.html, which is having same functionality of site admin. Okay. So the URL is localhost colon 4502 slash sites.html. Using this console, you can create the pages also. Okay. So we created a page yesterday in W Retail, United States, English. Okay. So this is the page we created yesterday, right? So if you want to create a page, you can use this option to create a page. So basically sites.html and site admin both are having same functionality. Then why two consoles having same functionality? Because this sites.html supports your touch enabled devices. Okay, actually it supports all types of devices, touch enabled devices as well as classic UI devices. Classic UI devices means your laptop and desktop. Touch enabled devices means your mobile phone, tablets, right? So the sites.html supports all types of devices. Means using your tablet, you can open sites.html, you can create the pages, open the pages, edit the content of the pages. Okay. But if you want to open site admin, if you open site admin using your tablet, maybe some of the functionality will not work properly because that site admin console is designed only for classic UI devices. Okay, but if you are working in a laptop or desktop, you can use any of the consoles. That is fine. So now in the green color toolbar, I'll click on the third icon. So this console is called as the DAM admin console. DAM admin console is used to manage the digital assets. Okay, DAM stands for Digital Assets Management. Okay, so using this console, we are managing the digital assets. So what is digital asset? When you create any website, okay, you will have number of pages, and every page you will be displaying some images. In some pages, you will be displaying some videos. There are PDF files, Excel sheets, Word documents. So all those are digital assets. Okay, for any website, you definitely need some digital assets. So in AEM also, we need digital assets, and using this console, you can manage them. Manage them means you can upload the images, videos, documents into the DAM. Okay, so all our digital assets are stored in DAM. Okay, so in the left side, you can see multiple folders are there. You can create your own project specific folder. Okay, so there is a new button. Click on the new drop down. So you can select digital assets, click a new drop down, new folder. You can give the name of a folder and create the folder. Okay, you can see I already created a folder called training. Okay, under this training folder, if you want to create some subfolders, like you want to create a folder called banners, one folder called icons, one folder called documents. Okay, you can create it and upload your digital assets to those folders. So how to upload? So click new file. So you have to browse the image or whatever you have. You can browse it and upload it. Okay. So I have uploaded some files, one text file and other two text files I uploaded. So once you upload the files into DAM, we can find it in content DAM folder. Okay. So where is that content DAM folder? So this is your content folder. Okay. Under that, this is the DAM folder. Under that, training, and these are the documents I uploaded. Okay. So whatever digital assets you upload, it will be stored in content DAM folder. Whatever pages you created, it is stored in content folder. The content W retail, right? So this console is called DAM admin. There is one equivalent console, touch UI equivalent console present, having same functionality of DAM admin. So if you go to master navigation console, you can click on the assets. Okay. So it will take you to assets.html. Okay. Localhost colon 4502 slash assets.html. So you can use this console to manage the digital assets also. So this console supports all types of devices, classic UI as well as touch UI devices. DAM admin console supports only classic UI devices. Means using your mobile phone or tablet, if you open DAM admin console, um, some of the functionality may not work. But if you open assets.html and upload the images and all, it will work properly. Okay. So assets.html supports all types of devices, and DAM admin supports classic UI devices, that is laptop and desktop. So this is your DAM admin console. There is one more icon. I'll click on the next icon in the green color toolbar. So this console is called as MCM admin console or campaign admin console. Okay. So what is campaign? Why, how to manage campaigns? So this console is used to manage the campaigns. So Adobe Marketing Cloud has a number of tools, right? AEM is one of the tool. Like AEM, we have Adobe Campaign, another tool called Adobe Campaign. So using Adobe Campaign tool, you can create the campaigns. Campaigns means advertisements, newsletters. Okay. So using that campaign tool, you can create them. Once you create the campaigns and you integrate AEM with Adobe Campaign, you can see all the campaigns here. So for that, you need to integrate AEM with Adobe Campaign. Okay, that integration is also easy, but you need the credentials of a sandbox actually. Okay. So once you are able to see the campaigns here, you can use those campaigns on your AEM pages. Okay. So this console for managing the campaigns. So it is not in scope. This is just for your information that this console can be used to manage the campaign.
So
So
Biswal,
hmm,
the Adobe campaign is a separate tool which
yes.
we might have to purchase, and then integrate it with AEM to get the
No
campaigns.
need to purchase. No need to purchase. So Adobe sells Adobe Marketing Cloud. Okay, customer has to buy Adobe Marketing Cloud. Once you buy that, you will get all the tools. AEM, you will get campaign, you will get target, analytics, all the tools.
Okay.
Okay, you have to buy Adobe Marketing Cloud.
Okay.
So once you buy it, so you can create a sandbox for your environment, dev environment, QA environment, and there you can integrate AEM with campaign and you can use them on your pages. So this console is called as inbox. Okay, so inbox means here you will find all the pending action items of the current user, or all the notifications of the current user. Okay, So this is the inbox of the current user. Right now, I logged in as administrator. So for the administrator, these are the notifications. Okay. So going forward, we'll use this inbox console when we'll discuss about the workflows. Okay. So this is to show you the notifications. Now we'll go to the next console. This console is called as user admin console. Okay. User admin console is used to manage the users. To manage the users means in any AEM project, we have different types of users. Okay. For example, in your project, you have 12 people working. So five of them will be developer or six of them will be developer, three content authors, okay, three testers, one administrator. Okay, we have different types of users. And the job of developer, content author, tester, all are different, right? So using this console, you can create the users and you can make them a developer, content author, tester, or admin. Okay. So how to create the user? So here you will find a small edit button. Click on the drop down beside that. Click on create user. Okay. So in the login ID, you have to enter the login ID of the user. Let's say it is you need to fill all the details of the user. Okay. Provide the credentials. Okay. And there is a field called path. So whatever information you shared here, provided here, so all the information are going to be stored in this path. Okay. If you want to give a particular path, you can give it. Let's say W read. I want to store all the information about this user in this W retail. Okay. So click on create. So user is created. You can search that user. Okay. So this is the user we created. Double click it. So I can see the profile of the user. Okay. So once you open the profile, you will find multiple tabs here. Okay. So click on groups tab. By default, any user you create, it will belongs to this everyone group. Okay. We can create our own group also and we can assign the users to that group. But this is the default group to which all the users, even all the groups will be assigned. Okay. Everyone is the name. Then permissions. So this is the most important thing. So I told you you can create the user and you can make the user a developer, content author, tester, or admin here. Okay. So this is the place where you can decide whether you have to create a content author, tester, developer, or admin. Okay. So here you can see multiple folders are there. So whatever you see in CRXD, okay, same folders are there here, right? So apps, conf, content, etc. All the folders are there. Let's say I want to make this sample user 2 as a content author. Okay, so what is the job of content author? He is going to create the pages of your website and he is going to add content on the pages of your website, right? So where he'll create the pages, in which folder the pages will be created? Content folder, right? And he can upload the images also. There is a folder called dam under content folder. Okay, images will be stored here, right? So the content author can create the pages, upload the images, edit the content of the pages. Okay, so all the activities will be in content folder. So there are multiple checkboxes here, right? So here read means read only accesses. Okay, so for content folder you have to provide all the accesses: read, modify, create, delete, because he can create a page, he can modify the page, he can delete the page also. So provide all the accesses to the content author for this content folder. Okay, so similarly there is a folder called conf. Okay, so in conf folder the content author can create dynamic templates or editable templates. Okay, so what is editable template, dynamic template, we'll discuss later, but content author can create them in conf folder. So provide all accesses. Okay, read, modify, create, delete, all access should be provided.
This one
So
I have a
similarly
question here.
here, hmm,
Yeah, so as you created a user particularly related to a project, so does this mean these permissions will be accessible to that project only, or it can be it will be accessible to all the projects that we create?
hmm. So it will access in CRXD. Okay, let's say in apps folder we have doubly retail. Okay, we have training or something else, so it will be applicable to all.
Okay.
Okay, so conf folder you can provide all accesses. There is a folder called apps, so you can provide only read only access to the content author. Why? Because content authors are semi-technical or non-technical persons. Okay, so in apps folder we are going to create static templates, components, client libraries. So when you create components you have to write some code in the script file of the component, right? So if you give modify, delete access, so there are chances that the content author may modify some um, script file of your component. So in that case your component will break, and the page which is using that component will also break, right? So we should not provide modify, create, delete access to the content author for the apps folder. Only read only access to should be provided for that. Okay, so for home folder you can provide all accesses, or it depends. Okay, if you are able to make your content author to create other users, then you have to provide all accesses to the home folder. Okay, so based on your requirement you have to click on the checkboxes. Let's say I'm creating a developer means all access to the content folder will be provided, conf folder will be provided. No current in my case. So conf provided, then in apps folder you have to select all the checkboxes, because the developer is going to create components here, modify it, delete it. So all checkboxes to the apps folder be provided. Then there is a folder called leaves. Okay, to leaves folder you provide only read only accesses, because leaves means library. All the inbuilt things are there in leaves folder, out of the box things. If you modify something there and someone else is using those things in his page or component, so definitely it will break that part, right? So we are not going to do any changes in leaves folder, we are not going to create anything in leaves folder. So just provide read only access. It may be content author or it may be developer. Admin, so admin means you have to provide all the accesses, select all the checkboxes. Okay, fine. So you can create the user by selecting these checkboxes based on your requirement. So there is one more tab called impersonators. Impersonator means, let's say, um, on behalf of someone, okay, you want to do something. Let's say you have a administrator who will be on leave for 1 month. Okay, so you need some other person, so you can impersonate that particular resource. Okay, in place of admin or on behalf of admin, that person is going to work. Okay, so you can impersonate something. So create that user, drag and drop the user, so that person will be able to impersonate like this. Okay, sample user will impersonate, or sample user will work on behalf of sample user too. Okay, so there is a tab called preferences. So in preference tab, you can see multiple drop downs are there. Okay, language preference, Windows management, editing toolbar. Okay, so based on the user, you can provide the language preference. Means, let's say I'm creating a content author for my French website. So the preferred language should be French, right? I'm creating a content author for my English website. Preferred language is English. So by default, the preferred language is English. Okay, you can select any other language also based on your requirement. So this is what is there. Okay. So this is all about the user, right? So you can create groups also. Groups means, let's say in your project there are 5 developers, 4 content authors, okay, testers, 3 testers are there. So you can create a group for developers, create a group for content authors, okay. So create a group for testers. So how to create the group? Simply click on edit drop down, create group, okay. You can give user login informations. You can select a path where you want to store all the information. Let's select the folder A. You can create your own folder also. So this is the group we created. Let me open this. Okay, so this is the profile of the group. By default, a group also belongs to everyone's group. Okay, and there is a tab called members. Now in your group, you have to decide who all are the members in your group. You have 5 content authors or 4 content authors, right? So this is the group for content authors. Okay. Let's say this sample user 2 is also content author and you want to put this user under this group. Simply drag and drop this user. Okay. Means sample user 2 belongs to this sample group 2. Okay. So if you have 4 content authors, you can drag all of them here. Drag and drop it here. All the members belongs to this group. Okay. There is a tab called permissions. Here you can decide group level permissions. If you are creating a group for content authors, select all the checkboxes, required checkboxes for the content authors. If you are creating a group for developers, select the checkboxes required for developers. Okay. So once you provide the group level permissions, the members belongs to that group all will have similar kind of permissions. So it is a good idea to create a group, provide all the permissions, then create the members and just assign the members to the group. Instead of providing individual permissions to each member, you can provide group level permissions and assign the members to that group, so that whatever permission applicable to the group, same permission will be applicable to the user belongs to that group. Okay.
So this all, if the uh, user also has individual permissions,
Hmm.
so I guess the user basically gets the group permissions and also the individual user's permission.
Correct,
Is it
correct.
correct? Okay.
Yes. So whatever applicable to the group will be applicable to the user, and some extra permission if the user is having, that is also applicable for them.
And can one user belong to like multiple groups?
Groups, yes, yes.
Okay.
So there is a tab called preferences. You can provide some group level permission preferences. Let's say you are creating a group for French content authors. So the preferred language should be French for that group. Okay, by default the group preferred language is English. Based on your requirement, you can select the language. So this is about your user management. You can use this user admin console. Again, this is a classic UI console, and there is one touch UI console available for this also. So you created user, you created the group. So where all the informations are stored. So now go to home folder. Let me refresh. So inside home folder, go to users. In users, W retail, we created the user here, right? Test sample user 2 or something. Yeah, this is the user. Okay. So click on profile. You can see first name, last name, email ID. So all the informations of the user are stored here. Okay. So this is for users. We created group also. So where can you find that group? Here. So this is our group, sample group 2. Okay. So all the information about the user will be stored inside the home folder. Right. So this is all about your user admin console and how to manage the users. Now click on tools. Okay, next icon. So this console is called as MISC admin console, miscellaneous admin or tools admin console. Using this console, we can do a lot of things. This console is not designed for any specific task. For example, your user admin designed to manage the users. DAM admin manage the digital assets. MISC means miscellaneous things can be managed here. It's not for specific thing. For example, let's say you have a author instance running on port number 4502 and publish instance running on port one publish instance running on port number 4503 and another publish instance running on 7503. Okay, so when you publish the content from author to publish instance, by default it will go to publish instance running on port number 4503. Okay, it will be published to 4503, but you have another instance running on 7503 and you want to publish the content to that instance. So what you'll do, so you have to map the author instance running on 4502 to the publish instance running on 7503. So how can you map it? So here in the left side you'll find a folder called replication. There you'll find agents and author. Double click on default agent. So here you can see the message agent is enabled and replicating to localhost colon 4503. Means your author instance is mapped with the publish instance running on 4503. But you have to change it. It should be 7503. Your publish instance running on 7503. So how can you change? So you'll find edit button here. There you will find a tab called transport. So the first field URI. So here you can change the port number. And if you have any credentials, you can provide the credentials here and click OK. Your author instance will be mapped to publish instance running on 7503. And here you can see localhost colon 7503 instead of 4503 after changing that. Okay, so you can map your author instance to publish instance.
So, Biswal, I have a question here. So, if we change to 7503, then it will be published only to 7503 or to 4503 also, because we have changed the transport, right? The port number. Hello. Am I audible, Biswal?
Yeah, actually my laptop got shut down. There is no power since yesterday's night. Okay.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah. So I cannot share the screen now. Okay. So in the next class, actually we are going to do the installation. Okay. So make sure you are having a laptop or desktop with minimum 8 GB of RAM. Okay. It takes a lot of memory. So that's why 8 GB of RAM is the minimum requirement. If you have less RAM, then your system may hang or you won't be able to start your instance and all. Okay.
So
So rest.
we will be
Hmm.
installing the software tomorrow, right, Vishwal?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's
So
why I asked.
I had a question here, Vishwal. So when we change the port number to 7503, so the replication will happen only to 7503 or both the ports 4503 as well
No,
as
no,
7503.
only 7503.
So
Only
we need to,
750.
so each time
Hmm.
we need to manually change, right?
No, no, no. I'm just
Uh,
giving an example. You can do it. If you want to publish into multiple publish instances, so there is
hmm.
something different. You have to create multiple agents, okay, and map
Okay.
your author instance to different publish instances.
Yeah,
And
got it.
once you publish it, automatically it will be reflected.
Yeah, got that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So please come with a laptop or desktop with minimum 8 GB of RAM. We'll do the installation tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions, doubts?
Okay, so Vishwal, I have a question. So now we are going through the basics of AEM, right, Vishwal?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Mm.
So still the developing concept, developing training is actually not started, right? We are going through the basics.
Yes. So one to start the development, you have to understand the tool properly, right?
Okay,
You have to know the basics properly. Other without that, you cannot do the development. Okay. So once
okay,
you do the installation, maybe in next class we'll start our development. Okay.
sure, sure. Thank you.
So Bispal, one more thing I wanted to ask. So as you mentioned in the first session that we have some knowledge of Java, right? So
Uh-huh.
so what are the things that we have to prepare before the development gets started?
You just need to know OOPS concept of Java, collections
Okay,
framework. Okay. So there is one website javaguru99.com. Okay.
okay,
Javaguru99.com. Open that website, beginners. Okay. Java for beginners. So what all chapters are there, cover everything.
okay. So inside Java Guru 99, we'll have to cover all the topics
For beginners,
for beginners.
means uh-huh.
Okay. Also, you mentioned that OOPS concepts.
That OOPS concept, collections framework. Okay, so those things are basically required. Abstract
Okay,
class, interface, okay, hash map, all those things.
okay, sure.
Okay, guys, so see you tomorrow, same time then. Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.